Hey Birchouse friends, welcome back. Have you seen that meme that's been floating around the internet about the invention of archery? You know, when you want to stab someone, but he's way over there? Well, what if you were the guy over there? What if someone is trying to shank you from 100 yards away? Well, get a bow and shoot back, of course. But if you want to even the odds a little bit, might I suggest something like this. A Pavise Shield from Birchouse Workshop. First seen in the mid-14th century, calling the Pavise a shield is a bit of a misnomer. While there are indeed shields of this style and built to be carried and wielded by hand, this style is more of a mobile wall or fortification. It was primarily used by archers and crossbowmen who would utilize the Pavise as cover to protect themselves while firing, and to crouch and hide behind while reloading. The Pavise would be used to great effect by medieval armies across the European continent right through the 16th century. We are so excited to now be offering Pavise Shields here at Birchouse Workshop. Based on historical dimensions, our Pavise feature hand grips, a carrying strap, and a mounting bracket with a prop leg to get yourself posted up and ready for the fight while under a hail of arrows. Our shields are covered with durable canvas on the front and back and are painted with a design of your choice with milk paint from R&P Finishes to give them that really cool historical look. These are incredibly cool pieces of kit from medieval and Renaissance battlefields. I just wish we could do our normal stress test for you, but sadly, we just don't have good archery equipment here at Birchouse Workshop.
You know who makes excellent archery equipment?
Who?
Our friend Connor at Iron Lily Arms Company.
That's true.
And if I remember correctly, he did need a Pavise for his Burgundian impression.
You know, I do recall him mentioning something about that.
You think he'd do a collab?
Maybe. Let's ask him. You up for a road trip?
Yeah, it is summer after all.
Hey guys, we are here with Connor of White Lily Arms Company. Connor is a archery instructor of medieval and Renaissance archery, and he also happens to make things like this. This is a light crossbow. Is there like a specific era?
Of early 1400s and Swiss.
Okay, so like an early 1400s Swiss crossbow is kind of a your NPC, your grunts, your scrubs crossbow. This is so cool. Now, the reason we have this is because Connor made this for us in exchange for a Pavise. As we mentioned earlier, you do a Burgundian impression.
I do, yes.
And it's early the formation of Burgundy. I think you're telling me.
Yes, yep. It's early Burgundian state.
Okay.
Is my impression. So that would be the Burgundian Wars.
The Burgundian Wars, and so you needed a Pavise, and you tasked us with a Pavise. This was such a fun build. Since we're already here, we brought along our Pavise prototype, and you know what time it is. It's time to put it through the stress test. Now, this won't be our normal stress test where we go up like in swords, axes, spears, things of that nature. These shields wouldn't face that kind of weaponry. This would be a archery exclusive stress test. So, without further ado, let's get to it. And there you have it. The shield handled every shot pretty handily. I mean, I don't think anything passed through. I did want to ask you, because you have experience as an archer. We were using essentially like training arrows, like blunt.
Yep.
We talked, you said a bodkin was kind of the primary arrow that these would have faced.
Right.
In your experience, first off, at what distance? We were shooting around, like, what, 10 yards?
10 yards.
What is the, like, standard engagement distance of archers in the era?
About 50 to 100 yards.
And then, in your experience at 50, 100 yards with a bodkin arrow, how do you think these would hold up?
I think that they would hold up all right. I don't think that they're going to stop everything from coming through, but I think the majority of things that hit them at that distance are going to be stopped.
And that's due to the layers of canvas and
Right.
wood, and then a rear canvas would really kind of slow down the inertia of the bolt or the
Right.
arrow.
Yeah, yep, and so it's slowing down incredibly as it goes through all of that. But the canvas is also holding all that wood grain together and reinforcing it so it doesn't let things through so easily.
As well as the adhesive, which I forgot to mention. There's
Right.
layers of adhesive there that are kind of hardening up the wood. Now, we shot this with a 70-pound war bow,
Yes,
and then this is a 120, 150 light crossbow. Is that going to make a difference when these are going up against these kind of weapons?
You mean the
Between the
drawing?
war bow and the crossbow.
Yes and no. So both the weapons we used today were a little lower in draw weight than we would have seen on the battlefield. So my 70-pound war bow was standing in for something that would have been 100 to 120 pounds with much heavier arrows. So the performance difference is difficult to place, but I still think it would have held up very, very well under those conditions.
Outstanding. Connor, this is amazing. This is going to be part of our interactive educational display. White Lily Arms Company makes incredible longbows, incredible crossbows, just really great craftsmanship. I'm so happy. We are thrilled to have made you a Pavise. I'm so excited that I get to be part
I'm
of
thrilled to have been part of this
such
grade.
a cool impression and education. Thank you so much, Connor.
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
appreciate you. Check out White Lily Arms Company. Give them a follow. Give them some love. Connor is amazing. Thank you all so much. We'll see you all in the next video.
Welcome to Birchouse, where history meets art. With due diligence, we do our part. And here at Birchouse.